Welcome to Catholic News World.
Welcome to Catholic News World. Please subscribe to our channel. My name is Steph. Here are this week's breaking news headlines.
Catholic priest was pepper-sprayed while hearing confessions at a cathedral in Texas. A priest in Amarillo, Texas, named Father Tony Noosh, was pepper-sprayed while hearing confessions at St. Mary's Cathedral. The cathedral has canceled its regular confession schedule, opting for reconciliation appointments until the installation of security cameras. The assailant was found to have mental issues, and the priest did not require medical attention. In a statement, Father Tony wrote, "This evening, someone dealing with mental health issues pepper-sprayed Father Tony while he was hearing confessions. I am okay and do not require medical attention. The police have been informed and will be investigating. We will suspend confessions except by appointment until security cameras can be installed in the chapel. I am sorry for any inconvenience this may cause, but the safety of our confessors and those waiting to receive the sacrament needs to be preserved." Police have announced the arrest of the suspected fake priest who stole from various Catholic churches in the USA. Law enforcement agencies across the United States have been on the lookout for a serial burglar posing as a priest named Father Martin. The suspect reportedly gains access to churches by using fraud and deception to commit theft. He was last seen driving a black sedan. On April 10, 2024, deputies from the Moreno Valley Sheriff's Station located a vehicle in a block of Pigeon Pass Road, matching the description of the vehicle used during the burglaries. The driver of the vehicle, identified as 45-year-old Malin Rostas, a resident of New York, was taken into custody for an outstanding felony warrant out of Pennsylvania for burglary. Moreno Valley investigators assumed the investigation and discovered Rostas was Father Martin and had just attempted to burglarize a local church. Rostas was booked at the Robert Presley Detention Center on the outstanding warrant. Additional charges will be filed for the attempted burglary in Moreno Valley. This case is ongoing, and no further details are available at this time. Moreno Valley. Anyone with information regarding this case or similar cases is encouraged to contact Investigator McCracken at the Moreno Valley Sheriff's Station or their local law enforcement agency. New survey reveals 75% of Catholics from the United States view Pope Francis favorably, but a surprising comparison to Popes John Paul II and Benedict XVI. Pope Francis's favorability rating is down 8 percentage points since they last asked this question in 2021 and 15 points below his peak favorability rating, which was 90% in early 2015. Since becoming Pope in 2013, Francis often has received favorable ratings from 80% or more of Catholics from the United States. He generally has been viewed more positively than his immediate predecessor, Pope Benedict XVI, but less positively than Benedict's predecessor, Pope John Paul II. Benedict's favorability ratings varied between 67% and 83% during his pontificate. Upward of 90% of us Catholics expressed favorable views of John Paul II on the three occasions. Roughly 9 in 10 Catholics, who are Democrats or lean toward the Democratic Party, hold a positive view of Pope Francis, compared with 63% of Catholics who are Republicans or lean Republican. Overall, about 7 in 10 say the current pope represents a change in direction for the church, including 42% who say he represents a major change. 69% say priests should be allowed to get married. 64% say women should be allowed to become priests. A new analysis in this report compares Catholics of the United States who favor these changes with those who oppose them.
Bishop Marie Emmanuel was attacked during a streamed church service in Australia that occurred on Monday, April 15th, in the Assyrian Church of the Good Shepherd. A 16-year-old male approached the altar, raised his right arm, and stabbed Bishop Mary Emmanuel with a knife, which sparked panic among the worshippers, who began screaming. Many people rushed to help. The ambulance service said 4 men aged between 20 and 70 were being treated for injuries. Amazingly, the bishop prayed for the attacker and forgave him. The bishop was warned of a threat on his life just weeks before the attack.
Somebody saying, farewell, Bishop, and we're really sad to see you go. Look, I was extremely excited when I heard that I have 2 weeks to live, because I don't want to stay in this world. For me, it's over. Whether I stay or not, it doesn't matter really. I've had my share of this world, and I pray that the Lord takes me today before tomorrow. I want to be with Him.
However, there was a miracle that saved Bishop Marie Emmanuel's life and kept his alleged attacker from killing him. The bishop raised the cross he was holding, and the attacker was unable to open his knife properly, and the teen cut his own finger off instead. Australian police announced the arrest of the teen following the incident. The incident comes just 2 days after a knife attack in a shopping centre in eastern Sydney that killed 6 people. Pope Francis expressed his deep sadness in learning of the violent attack in Sydney, Australia, at a local shopping centre where 6 people were stabbed to death. Assuring his spiritual closeness to all affected by this senseless tragedy, and especially those mourning the loss of a loved one, the Pope offered his prayers for the dead, the injured, and the first responders. In the telegram, he invokes upon the nation the divine blessings of consolation and strength. Bishop Emmanuel was stabbed multiple times and rushed to hospital in a stable condition after the incident. The teen struck the bishop a series of blows to the head and neck. The priest, Father Isaac Royal, was also among 4 people injured in the incident. A mob gathered outside the Good Shepherd Church in the wake of the incident, resulting in several more injuries. Hundreds gathered outside the church and expressed their anger toward the attacker, believing him to be sheltered by officers inside the church. The protest quickly turned into a violent riot which resulted in 30 people being injured, including police officers. The church attack has been declared a terrorist incident with religious motivation. Police Commissioner Karen Webb said 20 police cars were damaged in the riots. The police officers, of which there were many, acted courageously to protect that community, witnesses, victims, and the ambulance officers, she said. Footage showed the mob hurled bottles and bricks at a police barrier and yelled. Ambulance Commissioner Dom Morgan said several paramedics were trapped inside the church for 3 hours due to the riot. The paramedics could not leave that facility for fear of their own safety. Immediately after the attack showed the teenage knifeman was pinned down by at least 3 people, including a police officer. Archbishop Anthony Fisher, of Sydney, said, "I urge the faithful to not respond to these events with fear, avoiding places of worship because they are worried about further attacks, nor with anger, engaging in acts of reprisal or revenge. The best response to violence and fear is prayer and peace." On behalf of the Catholic Archdiocese of Sydney, and in solidarity with other religious leaders, I offer prayerful support to Bishop Emmanuel, Father Royal, and all others affected. May the God of peace reign in our land.
Watch our programme every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Catholic News World channel. God bless.
Please subscribe to Catholic News World's YouTube channel. Thanks and God bless.